question is, you've written and directed your own film, then worked with some amazing directors. What's left in the bucket list for JGL?
Huge, grand, ambitious things that I'll tell you about later. Well, no, right now, I'm making a TV show that I'm really, really having a lot of fun doing and really excited about. And speaking of Hit Record, we were talking about earlier, we're doing it on Hit Record. We're making it right now, right as we speak. The show's going to be on a new cable channel called Pivot that just started in August. And our show is going to start airing in January. And it's sort of it's hard to describe. It's sort of a variety show. The closest comparison I've come up with is it's sort of like Sesame Street, but it's not for kids, but it's going to have a wide variety of things: short films and live performances and songs and cartoons and short documentaries and conversations, et cetera, but it's all made collaboratively. So if you come to our site, we've got all these projects going, and we're constantly, I put out a video 5 days a week, sort of giving direction on these different projects, and I'm on the site all the time. And just to clarify, it's not so much that people submit finished works that we then pick what goes on TV. It's that we've got these collaborative projects going, and everyone sort of works together, and everyone's allowed to build on what each other has done. And it's really fun. So I imagine us being dead center in the middle of Hollywood right now. There's lots of people here who are good writers, or good musicians, or good video editors, or good performers. And if you're interested, I'm working on these projects, and the door is open. So I'd love to have you contribute.
It's fun. I did a collab for the Time article. I got everyone on the site to write a profile of Joe. And I mashed them all together, and we ran it at time.com. And people were good. I'm definitely losing my job soon. Yeah, I was impressed.
Hi, Joe.
Hello.
I'm Wendy. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I absolutely love the movie.
Thank you.
I'm not 100% sure that the choice of bringing my son with me was the wisest.
He sounds all right about it.
The ride back to his...
Wait, I'm so curious. Can he come down and talk too? Because I'm actually curious to hear about that.
I would think it would be much worse for him than her.
Yeah.
Right? She's complaining? I saw Flashdance with my mom. It was horrible.
Nice to
What's
meet you.
up, dude? Nice to meet you. How old are you?
19.
All right.
Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, so my mom really loves the movie.
That was my question.
Yeah, she really does. But I will completely cop to the fact that I have not watched it sitting directly next to her.
Max, are you okay? What's going on?
And experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was very good. That's going to be a fucking long car ride back.
Right. Well, I'll tell you some of the conversations that my mom and I have had about it, and maybe that can help have the conversations be more interesting than excruciating. So my mom is very much was very much active in the movements of the 60s and 70s. Certainly, the feminist movement, in addition to civil rights and anti-war movements and stuff like that. And she and my dad very intentionally raised my brother and me with those ideals. And she was...
Free to be you and me. A lot of...
Free to be you and me. Oh, that's...
the Marlo Thomas album?
I haven't heard
Really?
it.
So it was even more... It was Simone de Beauvoir. You had... Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get back to Max.
Yeah. I mean, I know that song.
Okay.
But I haven't heard the whole album or anything. I should listen to it.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
What?
But so for example, I can remember my family would always watch basketball together. Lakers fans. And when the Laker girls would come on screen, my mom was always, and in fact still to this day when we watch Laker games together, still wants to point out the fact that, so the men can be these impressive, talented, skilled, heroic athletes, and the women that we get to see are just pretty. And just to clarify, I don't think she or I mean any disrespect to any individual woman who's working as a cheerleader, but just the concept of it, was something she was very intent on consistently pointing out to me, to my brother, when we were growing up. And that's just one of many, many examples. So I actually think that she's a lot of the inspiration for this movie, to make a movie about how our culture often reduces people, and especially women, even though it happens to men too, but especially women, to things, to sex objects. Pornography is just one example, and it's only one example in this movie, and it's certainly the central example in this movie. But I hope that it's clearly coming across as just the tip of the iceberg, and I think that there's not a whole lot that's worse about pornography than there is about plenty of other images throughout mainstream culture. But I don't know, is that something that you guys have spoken about?
Especially Max was heading off to college and a little bit less than my opposite, so I said, look, a lot out there, be selective.
And Matthew? Max, sorry.
Have you been selective?
Max, you can either go with the second wave feminism stuff that Joe's suggesting, or just get a Lyft car.
Yeah.
You know what?
Get a Lyft car. Get a taxi home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
The pink mustache cars. They're taxis. You can get.
What is that? Why is that?
I'm just saying, don't go home with your mom. Like, avoid the conversation.
All right. I was picturing Max out at college getting a Lyft car. I didn't understand what you were saying.
I don't want to picture that. Thank you.
Well, thanks very much.
It was wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks, dude. Hey.
Hey, my name is Caroline.
Hey.
Hey. I just wanted to let you know that I appear to be the final question. But
All right,
A lot of pressure.
I had the pleasure of being one of the first people to work on the movie. I was brought into the production office.
Oh, Caroline.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, sorry.
How's it going?
Different context. Good to see you.
Yeah, no, it's really good to see you.
This is like a rom-com.
This looks really... By the way, I dropped my books. Could you help me pick them up? Bump heads or something? My question has been ongoing in my head since the 128-page script that you mentioned. Do men really hate missionary as much as the character does?
That's a fair question.
Can you respond for all men?
Sure. Well, I can't speak for all men, but for me personally, no. I think that what that's about is, if we're gonna since we're getting, technical or crass about
Is Max
things.
still here? Because we should get out of here.
I think if your way of seeing sex is a purely visual thing, and you're used to experiencing sex from the point of view of a camera, then missionary position is less flattering to the feminine form than other positions. But for me personally, that's not what I enjoy most about having sex with a woman.
This whole sensitive guy thing between the anti-porn movie and this, you're going to get too much. You're going to get too much action. It's genius. I wish I'd thought of it. No, missionary's fine. Mix it up a little bit. Okay, thank you for doing this. My wife had a question. My wife